Hey, this is John with FixYourDirtBike.com, and this is how to service the sprockets and drive chain on your 1997 through 2001 Honda CR250. Try to always change your sprockets and chain as a set. Using new parts with old parts will shorten the service life of both. The tools you will need are PB blaster, a rubber mallet, large pliers, a stiff brush, flathead screwdriver, 8mm socket, 12mm socket, 13mm box wrench, torque wrench, a pick, a 6mm Allen wrench, a tiny flathead screwdriver, a bucket of grease, and some carb cleaner. The only specialty tool you will need is a chain breaker. Your master link pins may not be a press fit, but they probably are, so you will need the right tools. The parts you will need are a new O-ring for the counter shaft and possibly a new set of sprockets and chain, but we'll find that out later. You can get all the parts and tools you need through the link below, and you can find the step-by-step walkthrough at FixYourDirtBike.com. Start with your bike on a stand and your transmission in first gear. Remove the front sprocket guard and backing plate. If you try to turn the bolt, you will turn the engine, so use a ratchet strap to hold down the rear brake. With the rear brake engaged, loosen and remove the front sprocket bolt, washer, and sprocket from the counter shaft. Carefully remove the collar from the counter shaft. Be careful around the counter shaft seal. If you are using a screwdriver to pry the collar out, be very patient. Lay your rear wheel on a towel with the brake side down. Coat the sprocket bolts with PB blaster, then flip your wheel and spray the sprocket nuts. After the PB does its job, loosen and remove the rear sprocket hardware. Locate the master link, then rotate the chain so it sits on top of the swing arm. Lay your left forearm on the chain with your screwdriver facing the front of the bike. Align the blade of your screwdriver with the open end of the spring clip. If it was installed correctly, the open end should be facing the back of your bike. Give the butt of the screwdriver a tap with your rubber mallet and the spring clip should pop right off. Align your chain breaker so it pushes the pin towards the bike and remove the pins. This works for both roller and O-ring chains. Before you bother cleaning the sprockets and chain, check to see if they're worth keeping. Check both sprockets for excessive tooth wear. Check the back sprocket for signs of uneven wear and straightness. There is a wear spot on this rear sprocket, but it's most likely something I hit because the sprocket is still straight and worn evenly. Lay your chain flat and pull it straight. Measure the span of 17 pins. The span between the 1st and 17th pin should not exceed 10 1/8 inch. Check the pins and side plates for damage or any signs of uneven wear. Clean everything with carburetor cleaner, then rinse with warm water. Hang your chain and wrap everything else in a towel to dry. I once heard a rumor that compressed air makes drying faster. Clean your counter shaft using carb cleaner, a towel, and a tiny screwdriver. Clean the splines as best as you can. Once the counter shaft is thoroughly wiped down, remove the O-ring and throw it away. Start your installation with the rear sprocket. Install the sprocket hardware hand tight, then torque the rear sprocket bolts to 24 foot-pounds in a crisscross pattern. Install the new O-ring onto the counter shaft. Grease and install the collar with the groove facing in. Mount the front sprocket with the flat side facing out. Install the bolt and washer with the outside marking facing out. Run your chain through the guides so the ends meet on top of the swing arm. The easiest way I have found for installing an O-ring master link is to drive the pins through the inside plate first. Place the O-rings on the pins, then slide the pins through the holes. Then take the inside of the chain breaker and press the outside plate onto the pins. Once the pins are pressed in, install the spring clip. Align the spring clip with the closed end facing forward. With your screwdriver, pry the opened end halfway onto the link. Then press the clip the rest of the way. Install the chain on both sprockets and install the rear axle. Apply the rear brake and torque the sprocket bolts to 20 foot-pounds. Finally, reinstall the sprocket guard and bracket. Success! If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or on our Facebook page. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.